We'll see a return here from the end zone. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
All right, I knew I forgot to ask a question when we sat with the coaches about just how aggressive will you be bringing a ball out of the end zone, and what's the green light for your returner? In this case, it should have been a red light. Should have stayed in the end zone. Terrible field position to start this drive.
On 2, ready?
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Credit Zadarius Smith, able to get through and make that tackle for a loss. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. And now they will throw it with Burrow. Allen has it left side.
Burrow's pass complete to number 82. It's a gain of 11. And it's 3rd down.
Here we go.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
This is brought in at the 21. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. They find some open field here. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. 68 yards for him already. An excellent drive to kick off this divisional round matchup. That might be an understatement.
So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now, because is he rewarding himself for a great run, or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the Eagles' 4-yard line.
Jones out to the flat. That's caught. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Chase Claypool from 4 yards out. And the Vikings are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Joseph connects on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And he is going to lose yardage here. Brian Asamoah making the play defensively, meeting him behind the line for a loss.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd and 12, Burrow. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He's got a man, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 32 on the play. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Joe Mixon taking it in from the 20. And the Eagles are an extra point away from evening this one up. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30. The 40. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Minnesota. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Burrow now off the bootleg. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
This is Smith with a grab. Touchdown! Devontae Smith, 28 yards. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Elliott good with a PAT, and we are tied at 14.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 1. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. But right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even... Touchdown, Vikings! So much talk this week on the other side about slowing him down, coming off that great performance, NFC Offensive Player of the Week last week. But long touchdown run there, nobody was stopping.
Yeah, good luck for that because that was an explosive run. You know, in the NFL, they describe that as any run over 10 yards. Some teams say 15. He went over 20-plus on that one.
Joseph now to have the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. The 71 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Here we go, here we go.
Mix it up the middle. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here we go. 11.
Burrow on play action. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. They'll get 34 yards there.
We saw these guys have some big plays in their wild card win last week, and they're certainly going to need to continue to put up plays like we just saw there if they hope to continue to move on in these playoffs.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
Here we go, here we go.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
Rolling to his right, trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings are going to take possession as they got it at the 42-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
They start the drive with Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The tackle by Terrell Edmonds.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On 2nd and 12, Jones looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now Jones.
That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch.
That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
And even 150 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead now up to 14.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
First down. Here's Burrow.
Smith brings it in, going across the middle.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw there taken in by Smith. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Now Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
Here we go, here we go.
Second and 10 now from the 27. They go play action with Burrow. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Kenny Nwangu now out of his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. Claypool with another catch. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
The kick by Joseph is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good long extension.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Vikings.
The week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season, got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him, and he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
Joseph on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 101 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup. Back to Mixon on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Burrow. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Zadarius Smith, his second sack of the night. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Burrow will throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. Touchdown, Eagles. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. Oh, good-looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out. And finally stopped, but what a return all the way down to the 40.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
They'll try the middle with Cook. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. Again, it's Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, a
6-yard touchdown run.
And the Vikings continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Joseph now to add the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Zadarius Smith in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow going deep here for Watkins. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on 1st down, then ran it on 2nd down. Not successful either way.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Joe Mixon. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Eagles are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. A short kick taken at the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Open man, it's Yerrrr. He's got it. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Here's Jones throwing on 1st down. And Shark calls it in. Touchdown, Vikings. DJ Shark, 35 yards. And the Vikings are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. Joseph connects on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the... He's got him in, complete. A big play there for Philly. 66 yards. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there. Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. And they go play action now. Burrow. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
On 2nd and goal. Burrow. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stairs on that sideline. This is one of those games we just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's brought one of them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. And right now, Charles, I think you'd have to say their class starting to show through.
Yeah, they were disappointed not to get the #1 seed in the playoffs, but the reality is these guys can play anywhere. It doesn't matter for them.
And if they can indeed hold on to this lead, that's going to set up one heck of a championship game next Sunday.
Let's come back and watch it, shall we?
Something tells me you and I are going to be there. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the up. And that ball going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Lewis. And the Vikings force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Play action. Jones. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Back to throw. Jones. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he will have a Vikings first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Jones now on 1st and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brian Burns, excellent job on that play. A big loss, 18 yards.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Brian Burns able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
And it has been a good game for it.
The Vikings on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and forever. Looking to throw. Jones. Sharks got it left side. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. And here's Ryan Wright now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game. But
and for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to have...